Welcome to today's devotional. We are doing this devotion through a video form, and perhaps that'll be kind of a change of pace for you of the style in which we're able to give the devotional, and I know that it's going to bless you as we look to God's Word today. A couple things that are on my mind as I'm thinking about you. I pray for you often, and I'm so excited about the people who are coming to be part of the Cross Community Church Young Adult Ministry. Some of you I am meeting and getting to know, and I just want you to know that Susan and I both are praying for you. And we want to get to know you better. And you're in our hearts so often, and if there's anything we can do for you, we want to help you, and we are praying for you. So here are our email addresses. If there's any way that we can help you, we would love to just hear from you, learn more about you, and want you to know you're in our hearts. And so we're reaching out to see if there's any way that you would like for us to be praying for you this week. So let us know if there's anything we can do for you. So you're in our hearts. Today's devotion is from Genesis chapter 39, verses 6 through 10. We're talking about first base, winning the battle of character. Win within. And here is how those verses read. So Potiphar left everything he had in Joseph's care, with Joseph in charge. He did not concern himself with anything except the food he ate. Now Joseph was well built and handsome, and after a while his master's wife took notice of Joseph and said, "Come to bed with me." But he refused. "With me in charge," he told her, "my master does not concern himself with anything in the house. Everything he owns he has entrusted to my care. No one is greater in this house than I am. My master has withheld nothing from me except you, because you are his wife. How then could I do such a wicked thing and sin against God?" And though she spoke to Joseph day after day, he refused to go to bed with her or even be with her. With these verses in mind, I'd like to bring the concept of the 3-second window. That we have 3-second windows that we have when there's a temptation that comes along. We have just a moment there to allow our mind to take control of the emotions in such a way where God is working in that way. Here's what Kevin Myers says in his book, Home Run Life. What do I mean by 3-second window? In the midst of every temptation, there is a moment when your emotions are at their peak, and giving in to temptation seems like the right thing to do. If you know that this onslaught of seemingly unendurable temptation is coming, and you train yourself to wait it out, though, you can overcome it. And this is how God can be working in our lives. So if you'd like to take a look again at verse 10 and see how Joseph continually refused the advances of Potiphar's wife. Somewhere along the way, he had to have some sort of 3-second windows, maybe, where he was saying something in his mind that was helping him win that battle. So here are the two questions for us today. The first is this: what helped Joseph win the 3-second windows? How was he doing that? And then for that, I'm going to have you look to verses 8 and 9 of Genesis 39, or any of the verses there. What do you think helped, what was going through his mind and helped him to win those opportunities when you just have 3 seconds to make a call? And how do you win those battles with greater consistency, and what was going through his mind to help him win that? And then our discussion question for which I'd like for you to journal and bring some of your thoughts as we get together next Wednesday is this: what helps you win 3-second window? When you have been in situations where you have won first base, where you have won the battle within, where you have won in character, when it seems like no one else is looking on, what has been going through your mind that tends to help you to win? Let me read again from Kevin Myers. He has talked about in his book how he has battled the issue of his temper. And he realized that he may have a past with a family history that explains why he has a temper, but it does not excuse his temper. He's taken responsibility for it. And he says this: "To help me win this, I memorized 2 scriptures and repeated them to myself during the 3-second windows when I was tempted to blow up. The first was 1 Corinthians 10:13. No temptation has overtaken you, except what is common to mankind. And God is faithful. He will not let you be tempted beyond what you can bear. But when you are tempted, He will also provide a way out so that you can endure it. I trained myself, he said, to embrace the truth that any temptation I experienced from the evil one could not be greater than the power of God within me. I just needed to depend on Him. The lesson of home plate. So when the tension rose, I claimed this verse as my promise. And I bolster it with the second verse that I memorized, which was Proverbs 15:1. A gentle answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger. I admit that this may seem very simple, but it started to change me. When my temper had continually caused me to strike out in the area of character, I was finally winning within and reaching first base. The idea of winning a 3-second window applied to nearly every temptation I was facing. It worked with lust, impulse buying, impulse eating, and other temptations, and I believe it will work to help you win at first base. What is your primary area of temptation? What might change in your life if you were able to consistently win over it? Try winning the 3-second window. So with that in mind, what I'd like for you to do is come up with a short verse or saying or phrase or something that you use in your mind to help you win the 3-second window. And I have in mind what I'm going to share when we meet on Wednesday. And then I thought we could compile a list of the the sayings, the phrases, the scriptures that help us win 3-second windows, and then compile that, and then we can use that to help each other, and we can implant those in our minds and be working. And when we go out to places where it's just us and we need to win within the issue of character. Okay, so that's the direction for today's devotion. We are praying for you. If there's any way that Susan or I can help pray for you or just get to know you, just share a little bit about what your life is like, help us get to know you better. We want to do that because our heart is with you, believing that God has great things in store for you.